Hello, everybody. This is Joshua Hayes at BigWaveTrading.com and BigWaveTrading.net coming to you with May 5th stock market wrap-up for you to use tomorrow's session. First index I want to go look at is the NASDAQ, the CompQX on the telechart. Let's expand all the way out with the plus sign. Now let's look closely. You can see that the NASDAQ took out the 200-day moving average yesterday. Today, intraday, we pulled back, and it looked like we were going to close below the 200-day moving average again today. However, as I will show you here on FinViz, the financial visualization website, you can see that we went weak intraday for most of you guys. This is easy to show everybody in case you don't have a real-time platform like MB Trading or Interactive Brokers. So as you can see, the Dow Jones Industrial Average is in a downtrend today, and if you want, you can draw a trend line connecting these low areas. You can see that it broke out through it and during the last hour and a half in the session, and it continued all the way up before having a last 15-minute plunge. But during that time, right before the end of the session, as you can see, investors came in and took it off the lows, and it still managed a pretty decent, respectable close. The Dow Jones Industrial Average barely down, NASDAQ was barely down, and so was SP 500. The most important part about barely being down, the NASDAQ's volume, you can see it's right around the same as it was yesterday, a little bit higher, and a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, down 4%. That's a distribution day. Not if it's a complete inside day. The open yesterday was 1733.71. The low of day today was 1735.37. We couldn't even break the open of yesterday. The high of yesterday was 1763. The high today was 1759. So today was a technical inside day with the bullish intraday action. Most of the action happened during, as you can see, the top of the pattern here in the NASDAQ, and it went down during this part of the day, and then whoop, strong close. So most of the actual trading happened during the upper portion. That's why it had no power to the downside. Go back, and as you can see, just overall, look at the tail, very bullish. Look at all the tails throughout the NASDAQ in this uptrend, and it's just another bullish. Did I say bearish? It's another bullish price pattern. And as you can see, since the March lows, there's been very few bearish days. There's been 1, 2 bearish days. 420, 47 on the NASDAQ. Besides that, every other day has been constructive. So it's been a very, very impressive rally. And if we could even get a pullback like January to February, then not get the breakdown from February to March, but instead then rally again higher, this will be a fantastic index to get long once we finish probably consolidating some gains, because we probably need to relax here with the NASDAQ being right at the 200-day moving average. You can see that previous line that I drew there, which was previous resistance in 2008 bear market. Now you can see as the NASDAQ gets closer and closer to it, will that happen again? I don't know. Another good sign, though, to see the 50-day moving average is converging the 200-day moving average. If price can stay above the 200-day moving average and the 50-day can get above the 200, that becomes super support, and that'll give a lot of credence to a bigger possible rally in the market. So it'll be very important to watch all of these trend lines that I've drawn. Now, on the New York Stock Exchange, what I can do here is do something even a little bit different for the 2008 and take a downtrending line, connect it through the bottom, the lows of the 0708 support areas, and use that as either a resistance line, or I can use this connecting through the highs as a resistance area. Either way, as you can see, we're going to have the first main, which was resistance, now support trend line come into effect around the 7,000 area. Then the 200-day moving average is going to be ahead of it, and then there's going to be another resistance line that'll be following it, following the 200-day moving average. Oh, that was a daily. I wasn't even on a daily. Now I'm on a daily. So now there we go. That's much better. Now it makes sense to me. Okay, so you see the trend line that was support, the trend line that was resistance throughout 07 and 08. It was descending anyway, which is bad. Breaks down through it in September, October, stays below the 50, gets back above the 50. Now it breaks out of its recent highs that it had here. If you want to draw that line, I don't like to call that a line because it's just so short term. So the first is going to be the 200-day moving average right there. Then the two trend lines. It's going to be very, very important how it reacts to there. S&P 500. Want to go up close and show you the day that it had today. Let me get rid of these two trend lines here. because we're well past this area, past this point after the breakout that we just had. So we're going to have to draw new lines. Once again, you can see it's an inside day. Only down 0.38%. Very tight intraday range overall. Smaller than yesterday. A bullish tail at the end today. Very bullish. Let's look at the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Volume was also lower. Dow Jones Industrial Average, volume lower. Another bullish intraday tail pattern. However, it did close down 0.2%. Still, better than a big bag of rocks to the head. This is very bullish, I would consider today's action. S&P 600 down a full 1%, but once again, what do we have here? We have a tail, an intraday tail, showing that we had support in this index as it went to the lows. It rallied nicely off the lows, and we know how it closed, down 1%. S&P 400 down 0.8%. What's that again? Another bullish tail. High of day was 582.06. It got up to 582.06 off the open, and that's it. So it's another inside day. And in fact, I think everything had an inside day. Let me look at the S&P 600. The high day was 271.13, 270.47. So yes, it was another inside day. Inside days all over with bullish tails like that. Like here on the NASDAQ, it's best seen. This is bullish, guys. This is not bearish. So bullish tails to call for bullish outcomes normally. Let's see how much time we have left. See what I want to run through here, because Investors Business Daily does not have the IBD 100 updated yet. Still shows that it's 0. I'll just show you a daily chart of how it looks. Show you that it looks a lot better, in better shape. It was up over it was up like 2.6% yesterday. IBD 85.85 was about 2.2% gain. So we'll see how it ends. But if as tight as the intraday action was on the indexes, we can probably assume it was either an up session or a barely down session or a inside session. No matter what, you can see since the February, March lows, it's been acting a lot better. And once again, I don't think Telechart has the dollar and all that updated, so that will be for subscribers for me to go over. Anyway, so we're going to end it there. We're going to go with that for part 1. I will be back with part 2 and for part 3 for subscribers following my scanning. We got to see what we got out there for longs and shorts, and congratulations to those who have been taking my longs. The past few days have proven why holding stocks and not flipping, swinging, or day trading stocks is the right way to make a lot of money. It is when the market's choppy. You can day trade to your heart's content, but in trends, I'm telling you, it's not smart to day trade. It's smart to position trade. Aloha.